Okay, so last month we stopped posting and our business grew faster than ever. We had a record number of new calls booked, we had a record number of new clients signing up, and we hit a record total cash collected for the month, which I think was just over $65,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And in this video, I'm going to explain why I think the old way of marketing is dead and what you should be doing instead in 2025 based on the experiments that we've done. So most of the advice out there is that you need to have a marketing funnel to grow your business, right? So funnels, funnel hacking, lead magnets, all of this stuff has been spouted over the past decade as the best way to grow your business. Now, the reason why I think this kind of thinking is wrong, and yes, there is a place for marketing funnels, but they're so inefficient, and in this day and age, there's just way better opportunities. So if you think about like a marketing funnel around what it takes to build one, and remember, like I've been doing this since 2012, like marketing funnels are my life. I've only just started creating content in the last couple of years because I was so anti-content. I would much rather just create a marketing funnel, spend ads on it, and then just try and track return on investment from that way, right? So I'm the last person you would expect to think this way. What I've come to realize, and this last month with our own business, on the insane results that we got with literally basically doing nothing, no marketing funnels, no content, but still hitting all these record numbers, was just a massive aha moment for me. And it really should be a fork in the road for you as well if you're spending a lot of time, effort, money on marketing funnels. Because if you think about how a marketing funnel is created, the process is all the same regardless of what type of funnel it is. You know, there's lead magnet funnels where you're giving away like a free lead magnet or a PDF or a cheat sheet or a video training. There's webinar funnels are really common, VSL funnels, VSL stands for video sales letter. There's book funnels. You can have ebook funnels, you can have free plus shipping funnels. A really popular one lately is like a self-liquidating offer funnel, like an SLO funnel, where you give away some kind of course or something for a really cheap price to try and offset the cost of those ads and therefore be able to scale up. Doesn't matter what kind of funnel it is. Every funnel has a commonality, which I think is one of the biggest issues in it, is that they take a long time to create. Just think about like how long it takes to create a funnel from scratch. And sure, you can use templates and that sort of thing, but you have to work on the copy, not only the copy in that funnel, but also in the ad creative, in the landing pages, in the follow-up sequences, in the emails. And all of this time is spent on a funnel that, let's be honest, we don't even know if it works every time. And in my experience, the majority of the time it doesn't work. Like it's a very, very 50-50 whether marketing funnels work well straight out of the gate. And this is the crazy thing is even if you get one that does work, and again, I've been doing this a long time, so I kind of feel like I have some level of authority to talk about this. Every time I've had a funnel that does work, it eventually stops working. I'm yet to meet someone that has made a funnel in 2008 or 2012 and it's still working in this day and age, right? And so because of this very fact that funnels have a shelf life, if you think about it from like a first principles point of view, funnels are kind of like trading time for money. We put a certain amount of hours into creating the funnel, knowing that that will have a shelf life of that funnel, assuming it does actually work. Like if it doesn't even work, and that's another massive common problem that you're probably having, and a lot of businesses have, is that you can't even get a funnel working in the first place. But assuming that you are in that top 10% of online businesses that you can get a funnel working, eventually it stops working. And so that shelf life is actually really important to think about, because think about the amount of hours it took to create that funnel and what kind of return you got on the length of time from that funnel. Like I know people that have created funnels that worked really well and were crushing it, and then 30 days later they stopped. And if that funnel took 30 days to make and test and build and split test, that 30-day shelf life from a return on investment from a time point of view, think about where that time could have gone alternatively. And in this video, like I'm here to tell you, like I believe there's a massive opportunity of allocating your time in a much smarter way. And I think our business is proof of that with the results that we got last month. And I'll get into that shortly around what specifically you can do. The other problem with marketing funnels as well is that the majority of the time they require paid ads to run, right? And I love paid ads. I think they can work really well. But as soon as you turn the paid ads off, as soon as you stop feeding the funnel, again, the funnel stops working, right? And so if we look at our business from last month, where we took our foot off the gas, we actually had some retreats interstate that we went to and kind of enjoyed ourselves a little bit more, and still the business grew faster than ever. If our business relied on paid marketing, where we had to like spend money and be constantly monitoring the funnel, we wouldn't have had the same result. And this happens time and time again. You see that people, like, for one reason or another, have to reduce ad spend, manage cash flow, because it's a really common thing in business. And as soon as that happens, the funnel stops working. And so I just had this massive aha moment where I was thinking, okay, so with regards to the allocation of my time and where I'm going to get the best return on investment, I've got on one hand a marketing funnel, no matter what kind of funnel it is, where no matter how much time I spend in that and how much money I spend in that funnel, eventually it stops working and it becomes dead. And so those hours end up becoming dead hours, right? And sure, they can be profitable in the short term. And again, like, I'm not saying that you should never do a marketing funnel. I'm not saying that. It's just that with regards to where you can allocate your time and where you can allocate your hours, I think in 2025, there is way better opportunities out there. And for that very reason, I don't like putting in effort for one day to all of a sudden just having it cancelled and being completely dead and me having to start from scratch every single time, right? How I want you to think about this instead is that think about the smartest entrepreneurs in the world. Like, they don't trade time for money, right? And if we look at marketing funnels, we can't deny it. It is trading time for money. You're investing a certain amount of time to build these funnels, to test them, to build the follow-up sequences, and they have a certain amount of shelf life. They have a certain amount of time where they do work, if you can get them working, and you have to weigh up, which no one ever does, myself included, how much time that's going to take, and therefore how much money that funnel made you during that period and what the return on time was for that period. And it better be bloody good, because all that time could have been spent somewhere else, and that's the opportunity cost. And so this is what the smartest entrepreneurs understand. They understand that where they allocate their time is everything to do with their business. And so instead of the smartest entrepreneurs don't focus on trading time for money. No one does. And you've heard that time and time again, right? So why are we trading time for money with regards to building these funnels, right? The smartest entrepreneurs, they're all about leverage. Okay, where can I allocate time with the highest amount of leverage so that things can work without me? Where can I allocate time so that no matter what I do in that time, things work whilst I'm sleeping, whilst I'm on holiday, in the background whilst I'm working on other things, while I'm working with clients? We want it to be working without us and not having to constantly reinvent the wheel every 30, 60, 90 days with a new funnel or a new challenge or a new webinar or something that we have to build out. What we've built instead for our business, instead of marketing funnels, is what I like to call marketing assets. So assets, if you think in the traditional investing term, like an asset is something that you invest in and it makes money for you. You know, if you invest in stocks as an asset, you know, you get dividends and you can get return from that. If you invest in real estate, you can get that asset producing passive income for you. You may need to do a few things to the house for upkeep or that sort of thing. But in these two examples, like, the assets are the things that you can invest in once and it continues to bring you returns ongoing, right? And so all the smartest entrepreneurs understand this as well. And so why aren't we thinking in that same point of view? And I only came across this by accident. As I said, like, I've always been an ads person, a funnels person, and I only started experimenting with content like a few years ago. And if this hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't have believed it, because it just seems so far-fetched. It seems so crazy that you can put a video on YouTube, film it once, and then for the next few years, that YouTube video continues to work for you regardless of what you do in your business. That YouTube video is getting shown to new people every day, every week, every month for literal years. Like, we had a record month last month, but then this month we had someone sign up to our high ticket coaching program, and we survey everyone, you know, how they discovered us and where they found us. And he said that he found a video of ours that was on YouTube that just completely sold him. And as soon as he watched that video, he wanted to buy our high ticket product And the video we made was nearly 3 years ago. And it took us zero effort for that video to sit there on YouTube doing its thing over the last 3 years. Didn't require any upkeep, didn't require any like budget, observation. It just sat there, literally. So it was like an hour video. Probably took us maybe 5 to 10 hours to edit and upload. So with regards to like a time, return on time, right? It probably took us, well, it did take us way shorter amount of time to get that video out there compared to like a traditional marketing funnel. But the shelf life has literally lasted years. It will continue to hopefully bring us more clients like that, right? And so this is where like my brain kind of imploded on itself, because it really wrecked with my model of the world around how marketing should be done. But if you're a business owner, you get your clients from social media. If the main way you get your clients is through lead generation and online marketing, then you have to start thinking like this. Because I think gone are the days where, marketing funnels are the most efficient way to do it. It's these marketing assets that are the biggest opportunity, especially in 2025, especially when we see the change in algorithm now. So like the algorithm's completely changed because of TikTok. I think Gary Vee talks about the TikTokification of social media. How TikTok came along, and instead of doing social media news feeds like every single other platform, TikTok came along and said, we don't care who you follow. Our algorithm is so smart and so clever. We're just going to show you whatever videos we think that you enjoy the most. And everyone kind of thought it was a bit weird, because when they logged onto TikTok for the first time, they're like, oh, I don't even follow all these people. Like, what are these videos? What am I watching? But it was so damn effective that eventually every single social media platform was forced to copy them and implement it, because TikTok were getting so much market share and taking so many users away from the traditional platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, that all of these other platforms said, hey, this is obviously what people want. People want to open up their phone and be shown new content regardless of who they follow, because it keeps them on the platform for longer. And obviously longer session time on a platform equals more ads, and more ads equals more revenue for the social media platform. So they all changed. All of them did. And YouTube was no different. And so now in 2025, if you go onto your homepage in YouTube, it used to be just who you were subscribed to. And that's why the whole rhetoric of every YouTube video being like, don't forget to like or subscribe, because that was so important. Because if you subscribed, you could get more people following your content, right? And every new video that you would post, your subscribers would see it. That is no longer the case. If you go onto your YouTube homepage now, a massive percentage of the videos that are shown there are people that you've never heard of, you've never subscribed to. But more importantly, and this is how it affects you, is that it's people that are not big. You'll see videos that have like 100 views, 200 views, 300 views on your homepage alongside the most famous video creators in the world on YouTube with like millions of views. They're getting shown side by side. It's like equal real estate, which is absolutely crazy, right? It's like you're getting real estate, like advertising real estate on social media, like the equivalent to like Super Bowl level businesses, right? For free. Absolutely crazy. So, and this is what we've discovered, is that our channel is really small. Like we only average like, we are picking up a little bit because we're starting to go all in on YouTube, but we were only averaging like 100 to 300 views per YouTube video. Now we're averaging closer to 500 to 700. It is still nothing, right, in the scheme of things. But YouTube's sending us those 500 people, those 700 people. And if you just imagine like what 500 people in a room looks like a big auditorium or something, it's actually a lot of people. And YouTube are sending us those people to these videos for free, and they're spending an hour with us, listening to us try and help them, demonstrate that we can actually help them by actually helping them, building know, like, and trust, helping them see that we can actually get them to where they want to be with whatever their dream goal and situation is. And this has never been like this. Like the old way of winning on social media is you had to build up a huge following in order to get eyeballs. Whereas now, all that matters is the individual piece of content. If you do a decent piece of content that retains the viewer, keeps the viewer engaged, keeps the viewer watching, social media platforms love that, because if they stay on the platform, they get to show them more ads, and more ads make more revenue. So they reward that. And that is the whole business model now. So it doesn't matter how many followers you got. No, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. And this is a good thing, for us, for the little guy, for the underdogs. Because we can post something, and if it's genuinely helpful, YouTube pushes it out to people and we get clients from it, which is absolutely crazy. And they do it for free. In fact, okay, it's even better than free because YouTube actually pay you to do it. Because every time they do show an ad on your video, you get paid a percentage of that. And like for us, because our views are so small, it doesn't matter. Like we get like cents, But it's crazy that for over a decade, I've been so used to having to spend money in order to get attention on the internet and spend money on ads in order to get people into my marketing funnel, spend money just for the privilege of trying to help people. And now the tables have turned. The algorithm changes have meant that this is like one of the biggest opportunities right now on social media. If you're not thinking about it this way, you're going to get left behind. Again, as I said, I still think funnels have their place. Just last month, we tested a new funnel. But again, this is probably why this video is so timely for me personally, because we spent a lot of time on this funnel, a lot of money on this funnel, and it's underperformed. And so for us, I'm like, well, if I'd have taken that same amount of time and just focus on maybe producing more content, maybe the returns short term wouldn't have been as much, but long term, they definitely would have been better. And we only have so much time in a week. Like we're busy. We've got 40 hours to work on our business, give or take. We've got staff, we've got clients, we've got an admin. The best entrepreneurs in the world are the ones that figure out how to best allocate their time, using leverage, trying to get the best return on investment from their time. And so this has been such a big aha moment for me. And there's another thing you need to understand about marketing funnels, which no one seems to think about. We create these marketing funnels, sure, because we're trying to create new leads, new sales, new clients. From a first principles point of view, if we really chunk up, like what is a marketing funnel designed to achieve? Like it takes someone who has no idea who you are, is just scrolling their newsfeed on their phone or on their computer, comes across an ad of yours and then gets funneled away from that social media into your little world, right? But the purpose of that world that you're funneling them into, so regardless of what kind of funnel it is, if it's a book funnel, or if it's a webinar funnel, or if it's a video series funnel, the purpose of that funnel is to build know, like, and trust. Like from a first principles point of view, we know the old adage, people do business with those they know, like, and trust. The whole point of a marketing funnel is to take people away from that distraction of social media, bring them into your world so you can demonstrate know, like, and trust. And if you demonstrate enough know, like, and trust, eventually they will feel trusting enough to give you money. It'll be reciprocal. They'll be excited to give you money because they trust that you can deliver a solution. But this is what I'm saying is that if that is the goal of a funnel, to build know, like, and trust, then why aren't business owners asking, are there more efficient ways to build know, like, and trust? Because there's no other reason for a funnel. It's literally the reason. So if there are other ways to build know, like, and trust that take less time, don't have the issue of not working straight away, don't have the issue of breaking after 30 days or 60 days, don't have the issue of requiring ad budget to even work in the first place, are able to work long term, no matter what we're doing in our business. Don't require any monitoring, don't require any observation or KPI tracking. They just work in the background. But they achieve the same thing of building know, like, and trust. Surely that's what we want to achieve, right? And this is crazy to me because no one's thinking like this. Like, I'll show you this. I always talk about this, but this is like, I always talk about the 3 Ds. I don't know if you can see this, but no matter what marketing you're doing, no matter what marketing funnel, the 3 Ds always have to happen, okay? People need to first discover you. That's the first D. If they don't discover you, doesn't matter if it's what kind of marketing funnel it is, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a Facebook ad, whether it's like the Yellow Pages, whether it's like a Super Bowl ad, they have to discover you. If they don't discover you, the funnel doesn't work, right? Once they discover you, we have to build desire. And this is what I was talking about before with the know, like, and trust. Know, like, trust. If they discover you, but there's no desire that gets built, the funnel stops working, right? But if we do build enough desire, the final stage of the funnel happens, which is the deal, right? Discover, desire, deal. This isn't just exclusive to marketing funnels. This can happen with everything to do with social media, with content marketing, right? If someone discovers you on YouTube because they're bored and they go to the YouTube homepage and your little video is sitting there and they click it, they've discovered you, right? If they watch the hour-long YouTube video, like a video like you're watching right now, and you do a good enough job of explaining a new concept and you do a good enough job of demonstrating you can help them by actually helping them and providing new and novel insights, the desire for them to work with you is going to increase because you're building knowledge, you're building liking, you're building trust, right? And if you do that, you can funnel people towards a deal. And so this is what's crazy to me is no matter what kind of funnel you do, everyone at the moment is talking about, oh no, like self-liquidating funnels are the way to go, or like book funnels are the way to go. It doesn't matter. All that matters is this. You invest time, effort, energy, money, and you need to get a certain amount of people discovering you, certain amount of people desiring you, and a certain amount of people of them will do a deal with you, right? And what I figured out is that a far more efficient way of doing this is to not do marketing funnels, but to build marketing assets. Assets that work for you continuously. And so a YouTube video is an example of this. A podcast is an example of this. Something that can work organically in the background for you. Now, where this gets interesting is people think, okay, well, yeah, content marketing, I can do that. I can do TikTok reels and I can do like Instagram reels or Instagram stories. There's a huge difference with those because the short form content here on these little videos on people's phones, it's meant to be a phone, by the way. Sure, if you go viral, you get more people discovering you, and that's really good. And if you look at our business page, you see that we're actually really good at going viral. We've got multiple videos with millions of views. The video that we just posted last week just cracked 250,000 views. We're really good at going viral. Helps people discover us. But we can see with our tracking, there is zero correlation between the amount of views that we get on short form media and with the amount of deals that we end up doing. And this makes sense, right? Because there's 3 Ds. There's not 2 Ds. We don't go from discover straight to deal. Think about it. Do you think someone is willing to pay you for your high ticket product or service, $5,000, $10,000, whatever you charge for your service, just because they saw a 30-second viral Instagram video? If they did, they're crazy. All right, I don't know if I want those types of clients in my business, right? But that just doesn't happen. Like, in order for them to feel comfortable parting ways with their money and paying you a high monthly retainer or paying you a big fee in order to supply a service or a product or buy your coaching program or anything like that. If you're selling high ticket, the chances of getting someone from a short form video, from a discover part of the funnel straight into a deal is unbelievably low. It's basically zero. And so we found this as well because I thought this would be really interesting because we started going viral properly a couple of years ago when we really started nailing the formula for it. And I thought, some months we just had some like crazy results, like multiple millions of views. I wonder how that correlated to income and deals, the amount of people that were buying our stuff. And it's crazy that there is basically no correlation there. So we had certain months where we would get far more millions of views than other months. And not only did that month we not see an uptick in deals, but in the following months, we didn't see an uptick in deals. But what we did see is when these more longer form videos did better. This is my fancy drawing of a YouTube channel or like a podcast. When we saw the amount of views of these increasing, that's when we started seeing more deals. And that makes perfect sense, right? Because building more desire. So our strategy, we've gone, okay, well, there is an important element for discoverability, for sure. And a percentage of those people from our viral videos, we do funnel into the long form, right? But that's not the only way to get views in long form. You don't have to go viral on Instagram in order to get views on your long form content to build desire, right? YouTube can just show you those videos automatically. People can search on Spotify for your podcast if your podcast is on a searchable topic. Talk about SEO being dead. Like Spotify from a podcasting platform is going up. There's more people listening to podcasts on Spotify than ever before. And people are actually searching on Spotify for topics to listen to, you know? And so that's a way that people can discover you and desire you all at once, right? And you don't have to concentrate on trying to crack the viral code, which is incredibly difficult. Again, thinking about investing time for money. Where is our best time allocated? Investing a lot of time trying to make a marketing funnel work, only for it to have a short shelf life. Like that's a risky allocation of time. Spending hours and hours and hours trying to crack the viral code, trying to figure out how to go viral on Instagram for your niche is a really risky way to spend your time, because you can sink hours and hours and hours into it and still not get a result. And that terrifies me. And personally, I don't want to leave my business up to chance like that. This is what we figured out. Trust me, like we've done this. So like we're speaking from experience. We've done it. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably sitting there being like, oh, I know you're saying that, Liam, but I do want to go viral because I think you're wrong. I think when I do go viral, it will work. I'm telling you, going viral is not the secret. We've done it. It does help, but the amount of time it's taken us to get to that point, I think if we spent all that time instead working on the desire part of the funnel instead, would have been way better allocation of money. All right, so discover, desire, deal. That's what I figured out. Finish.